Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 scariest Dungeons & Dragons monsters.
D&D history is littered with the evil of mind flayers.
The Demogorgon is tired of your silly human bickering!
They manipulate oozes to create these creatures, the Oblex.
For this list, we'll be looking at the most terrifying creatures from the world's most popular role-playing game. Let us know which monsters frighten you the most in the comments. Now, on to the top 10. Number 10. Flesh Golem. Golems are constructs that can be cobbled together out of a wide number of materials, including stone, iron, or in more horrific cases, body parts. Often constructed out of mismatching parts from different deceased humanoid races, flesh golems are unthinking, hulking monstrosities that can't be reasoned with.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive! In the name of God, now I know what it feels like to be God.
Largely inspired by Frankenstein's monster, the hodgepodge of body parts is perfect for a gothic horror campaign. As with Frankenstein's creation, one of the few things that's effective against a flesh golem is fire. In fact, the monster possesses immense strength and resistances to most non-magical forms of damage and is even healed by lightning. Number 9. Mimic. Many an adventurer has been tricked while walking through a door or opening a treasure chest only to find that the object has sharp teeth and is trying to bite their hand off. Possessing the ability to make themselves look like almost any inanimate object, a mimic could be anywhere or anything. Worse still is the fact that anyone that touches a mimic while it's disguised becomes stuck to it because of its adhesive ability. This means that those foolhardy enough to be tricked have to break free from a grapple to avoid being devoured. Number 8. Gibbering Mouther. While it may be terrifying to see a gibbering mouther, hearing one is even worse. A disgusting amorphous blob covered with mouths and eyes, these grotesque creatures get their names from the constant babbling or gibbering they emit. Those within 20 feet have to succeed on a wisdom saving throw or be driven mad by the terrible sounds. Getting even closer, players have to succeed on a strength saving throw or be trapped in the ground that surrounds it.
Jesus, what the fuck?
When seeing one of these ugly beings, it's best to keep one's distance and attack from afar. Number 7. Basilisk. This fearsome reptile has taken on a wide range of forms in myth and popular culture. Harry Potter fans might be most familiar with it as a giant snake. However, it's also sometimes described as similar to a cockatrice or a huge lizard. The Dungeons & Dragons variety is lizard-like, with 8 legs and purple spines. As in many legends of the beast, its piercing gaze has the power to petrify anyone unlucky enough to be caught in it.
There was water on the floor that night. She only saw the basilisk's reflection.
Its tactics include freezing its foe in place and then striking at the immobile enemy with its massive jaws. Number 6. Beholder. There's a reason why the cover of the Monster Manual features a group fleeing in terror from this aberration. While many may focus on the large eye in the middle of the floating monster, the eyes you truly need to worry about are the ones on its many stalks.
Please don't tell my supervisor I was sleeping.
Aside from allowing it to see in practically any direction, the 10 eyes are each capable of hitting their opponents with a variety of beams, including fear, charm, and even instant death. These are no mindless monsters, however, as beholders are often master manipulators in their own right. Number 5. Carrion Crawler. These monstrous worms can burrow underground and swallow an unsuspecting adventurer in just one bite. Reminiscent of the sandworms from Dune, the secret weapon of these giant centipede-like monsters is the paralyzing tentacles near their carnivorous maw.
Gods, what a monster.
A few errant rolls could lead to an entire party unable to move, and for lower-level parties, even a TPK. Perhaps the most disturbing thing about these creatures is their awful stench. Those that have encountered these massive worms have said their smell can most accurately be compared to that of rotting bodies. Number 4. Aboleth. The Aboleths are reminiscent of Lovecraftian horrors. Huge, ugly, and possessing terrifying psionic powers, they come from a time before even the gods existed. Incredibly intelligent, they inherit memories from their ancestors and possess secrets of the multiverse beyond mortal imagination. Existing beneath the waves, these sea dwellers have haunted sailors and adventurers since sentient races first ventured away from the shore. With their large gaping maws, rows of glowing red eyes, and dangerous mucus, they resemble a gigantic 6,500-pound eel with multiple fins. Meeting one of them on the open sea will often spell certain doom for all but the most experienced adventurers. Number 3. Oblex. While walking through a dimly lit cave, you see your long-lost brother, a dead friend, or a past lover. Other than a faint smell of sulfur, nothing seems amiss, and you go to embrace them. Once you do, however, you notice a slimy, sticky sensation. This is not your loved one at all, but a perfectly crafted imitation.
An adult or elder Oblex can actually carry within itself basically the memories of a host of people and cause versions of those people to pop up.
Soon you're devoured by the carnivorous slime known as an Oblex, which feeds on your memories. Once you're gone, it will know everything you've ever known, and perhaps will even use your form to trap its next victim. Number 2. Dracolich. Wizards that have used dark magic to mock the bounds of death, liches are without a doubt one of the most terrifying enemies in D&D. More terrifying than a human or an elf lich is a dragon from beyond the grave. Living dragons are already some of the most powerful foes around, and adding horrific undead abilities to them makes them nearly unbeatable. Even if a party is able to kill one of these unholy terrors, it'll come back from the dead again and again unless the phylactery housing its soul is destroyed too. Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few other D&D monsters that'll give you the heebie-jeebies. Hag. This plane-shifting monstrous has an ethereal creepiness. Tarrasque. This frightful beast is all teeth, horns, and claws. Balor. Warmongering humanoid anarchist driven by pure rage. Oozes. These gelatinous cave dwellers are both icky and deadly. Gibbering. These reeking flesh grafters are legit nightmare fuel.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Mind Flayer. Some of the most intelligent and evil beings in all of Dungeons & Dragons lore, these tentacle-faced horrors enslaved entire worlds in past ages.
D&D history is littered with the evil of mind flayers.
Now, they operate from the shadows, dwelling in the vast network of underground civilizations known as the Underdark. Seeking to manipulate the free races of all worlds once again, they perform grotesque experiments, including the creation of the Oblex.
The mind flayers have very powerful mind powers that will let them dominate entire kingdoms, entire worlds, so they can once again ascend and rule everything.
They strike fear into the hearts of sentient life across the multiverse. Perhaps worst of all is that in the rare event it's unable to defeat you with its wits, it may simply wrap those tentacles around your skull and feast on your brain.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.